Family. Eric here. I posted the other day about how I designed my virtual classroom, and I got a bunch of messages from you guys asking me how I did it. And so I thought that I would just throw together a quick little video tutorial. Um, Disclaimer: I'm not a DLC, so if you have more in uh, in-depth questions, you might want to go to a DLC for that. And also another disclaimer is that I know that our campus is using, or rather our district is using, Schoology as the main platform to deliver instruction as we go virtual. So this is in conjunction with Schoology, and it should be embedded in Schoology. And for me, it's more of an extension tool rather than a direct mode of delivering instruction, because I know that Schoology hours are being counted. Um, so here we go. In order to make your own Bitmoji virtual classroom, the first thing you're going to have to do is create a Bitmoji. So if you go to bitmoji.com, or I think the easier way is actually if you go to download the app. Just download the app. You have to create an account and then design your own Bitmoji, and it will automatically populate all these different pictures and icons that you can use with your little personal avatar. And then you'll go, once you've created your account on your app or online here, then you go all the way down to the bottom to this little Bitmoji for Chrome desktop, and it will take you to this screen where it asks you to add the extension to Google Chrome. Once you add it in, I don't have to click it because I've already done it, but once you add it in, it should show up right here in the top corner of your screen next to the address bar. I will say that the first time I added in the Bitmoji extension, when I clicked on it, nothing came up here. None of the Bitmoji pictures and these little silly graphics didn't show up. So if they don't show up, you need to go over and do a hard quit of Google Chrome. So that way when you reload and restart Google Chrome, it correctly loads everything from the extension. But after you do that, it should be right here. And if you don't see it, click the little puzzle piece and it will show you the available extensions that your Google Chrome has currently. Okay, so after you've created your Google or your Bitmoji account and you've added the extension to Google Chrome, then it's time to go create your own virtual classroom. So you're going to go to slides and you're going to add a blank slide, okay? And the first thing you're going to want to do is get the background laid out. So in order to do the background, you're going to either right click and do change background, or you can just click background up here, and then you're going to do choose image. Now, mine's already populated from when I did it before, but if you go and you type up in the Google image search, you want to select this one, then type up here wall and floor background. It'll give you a whole bunch of options down here that you can choose from. So I might go with this one, click insert, and it's automatically going to size it to my background. And rather than just adding an image and then having to resize it so it fits perfectly and you might be stretching it a little bit, this will automatically fit it to your slide. Okay, once you get the background added in, then it's time to populate your space with your images. So you're going to come up here and do insert, and then you're going to go to image, and then you're going to select search the web. And when you go to search the web, by the way, this X does not clear this field. This X actually closes your search bar. So go to image, search the web, and then you're going to type in what you're looking for. So here I'm going to use the word transparent. Transparent before the image that you need will always ensure that whatever you're looking for does not have a border around it, or it doesn't have like that white or black background that kind of blocks out the rest of the stuff that you don't want covered up on your image. So if you click or type transparent, and then you type in the things that you want to put in. So maybe I'm going to put in a whiteboard in my classroom, a focal point for learners. I might resize it just a little bit, and maybe I'll drag it up here a little bit. So you have a whiteboard. I'm going to search, and since I already started typing that, it keeps the searches there. Maybe I'm going to add in a shelf. And just so you know, the words that you type in here actually do matter. If you type in transparent shelf versus transparent bookshelf, you get two different lists of images. Sometimes they automatically are populated with books already on them, so you can't really do much with those images. But if you just type in shelf, a lot of times you get more of the empty shelves. So maybe I'll select this one. And see, since I clicked or typed transparent, the wall color shows through the background of this image, and that's important for when you are designing your classroom here. Maybe I want to make my bookshelf a little bit wider. Okay, maybe I want to put in a little plant. Okay, so add some greenery into my classroom, and I'm going to throw that down right here next to my bookshelf. Okay, maybe next I'd like to add in a computer, because I'm going to use the computer for one of my links that I put in later. So I'm going to search. I found this laptop that I really like. So I'm going to resize it so it looks like it fits in the space, and I'm going to set it right here on top of my bookshelf. Okay. And maybe I want like a chair that I will be sitting on. So I'll just do transparent chair, and I find this chair right here. We'll say this one's good to go. All right, so a couple little tips and tricks that I learned while I was watching, and there are a lot of YouTube videos on how to do this as well. I'm definitely not like a pioneer on this front at all, but if you want to change any of these images, for instance, this chair, if I put it right here, I feel like it's going to cover up a lot of my whiteboard, but if I put it over here, then I feel like it's facing the wrong direction. So one of the tricks I learned is if you go up to Format up here, or if you just right click and then click on Format Options here, then on this little menu, there's a bunch of drop down menus here. On this menu, Size and Rotation, there's a little box down here that says Flip, and it will actually turn your picture to face the opposite direction. So now I feel like if I resize my chair a little bit and then place it like right here, I don't feel like it's really covering up too much of my board, and I don't feel like it's facing the wrong direction. Also, if I'm not really feeling the color, like maybe I don't want a pink chair in my room, then I can come down here to recolor, and I can look at all these different options of other colors that I could pick for the chair that are already populated for me. So let's say maybe I just want to go with a gray chair today. So I'm going to click on Light 5, and it will automatically recolor my chair to the color that I'm happy with. Once you get to this step, and you've done all the flipping and recoloring and placement of images that you want, a really good tip that I saw was if you don't want learners to be able to interact with these images, for instance, like these are static images in my picture, and I don't want them to be able to click or move or manipulate them, then I'm going to do a background image save. So for instance, this is my virtual classroom, but if they click on Incredibox here, the link for Incredibox pops up. If I click on me, my Wilson Elementary music website pops up. Here's a link to Chrome Music Lab. Here's a direct link to Coppell's Schoology student login. And I have all these in here for the students to interact with. And pretty soon all of these colored boxes right here will also be links for them to go explore different things. However, I don't want them to necessarily be able to move my beanbag or my whiteboard or be able to do anything like that. So I have this as my background base image, which means that none of these items here are able to be moved because they are all part of the same JPEG. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this screen right here and say, well, I don't want them to be able to move any of this stuff. So I'm going to go up here to File, and then I'm going to click Download, and then you can save it as whichever of these you would like. I'm going to save it as a JPEG. Okay, and it will bring it down here to my little download file. So that way, if I wanted to next week update it and not have the same links or the same images or the same interactive abilities, then I could just really easily recreate the space, because I would just go down and do a new blank slide, and then I would pull that image and drop it into my slides right here. And as you see, it's totally uh, the same thing as here. It's just that it is all one image, so they can't manipulate any of the other items in it. Okay, so the next thing is I'm going to start putting things in. This is where I'm going to go up to my Bitmoji, and I'm going to grab images. Let's say I want this sitting one, and if you've never used Bitmoji before, you can actually type in like what action you want to see your Bitmoji doing. So if I want to drag this one down and drop it into the picture, as you can see, it's just an image file. So I'm going to resize it a little bit, and then I'm going to have to format it. So I'm going to go to Format Options, go back up to my size and rotation, make sure I flip it, and then I can drag him over to the chair and have him sitting right there. I've never sat in a chair where my feet did not touch the ground though, so this is kind of unrealistic, in case you didn't know. Let's say you want to start linking things now. So maybe what I'm going to do is I'm going to find my Chrome Music Lab. I had it searched earlier. Music Lab. This is an image from an extension that we use, a lot of the music educators in Coppell use for a really cool Google Chrome tool for music education. And so I'm going to add it right into my computer screen here and make it fit to the screen. And so that way the screen looks like the image that I would want them to see. But now in order to link this, I'm going to click the image, and I'm going to go up here to Insert, and then I'm going to select Link. Now, I already have it pulled up here. This is Chrome Music Lab that we use for some different extension tools in music ed. And so I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to copy the link so it would bring them directly to this page. And then I'm going to go back to my virtual classroom, and I'm going to paste that link right into that field there. So that way anytime a student clicked on that link, it would immediately take them to Chrome Music Lab. You can even do this with text too. So let's say maybe on the board I want to just have a direct link to Schoology like I do on my virtual classroom slide up here. I can come down here and I can change the font to more of a handwriting font, and I can type in Schoology. I can select that. I can insert link, and then if I know the direct link to it, which for us is pretty easy, but in case you don't, it's schoology.coppellist.com. I'm going to copy that, Control C, and I'm going to go back to paste my link, Control V, apply, and boom. Now I have a Schoology direct link right here, so the kids can just click that and go directly to their Schoology login. And you can do that with any image. If you want to put books on your shelf that directly bring kids to a audiobook, or if you have any YouTube videos of you giving mini lessons, or any type of virtual anchor charts, and you have an image that you want to use to represent that, you go ahead and place those on the wall, or you can put them on the bookshelf. Any image can become a linked image by using insert link, as long as it is not part of the background. And that's pretty much how I developed my Bitmoji classroom. I just inserted images, made sure I included my links in there, resized everything, and made sure it was good to go. If you have any questions, let me know, or also always feel free to reach out to the DLCs. Thanks, everyone.